Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to go over the 3 brokerages that I use actively every single day. All 3 of them are funded, and I use all 3 for different reasons. Those 3 brokerages are Tradestation, TastyWorks, and ThinkorSwim or TD Ameritrade. I'm going to compare these 3 with the fees, their account types, and which one might suit the way that you're trading. So first off, let's look at Tradestation. So on Tradestation, they have 2 account types. They have the TS Select or TS Go, and they're both free and they both have pretty good fees. With TS Select, you have 60 cents per contract, futures $1.50, and the minis are 50 cents, which that's an awesome price. And then futures options are $1.50. With the TS Go, you have 50 cents per contract for options, which is great. Futures, 85 cents, that is awesome. And the E-minis, 50 cents is also perfect. Futures options, $1.50. The biggest difference between these 2 is actually using the platforms. So with TS Go, you can use the web and the mobile app, but the desktop, you can use it, but you might not want to be trading on it because it will charge you $10 per trade if you have a TS Go account. So you want to be sure that you're on the TS Select account if you're trading using the desktop version. Also, the desktop version is only available on PC at the moment of this video, so maybe in the future it will come out on Mac, but for now it's only on PC. You get real-time data for free, and the minimum deposits are right there, $2,000 or any amount. So the pros of Tradestation. I actually came from Lightspeed and opened the Tradestation account. In the first hour, I do a lot of day trading stocks, and so I needed it to be pretty quick. And with Tradestation, the desktop version, I'm able to get in and out pretty fast. And it is very comparable to Lightspeed, and there are no fees. Next is the great platforms. So web trading, the mobile app, and the desktop all work awesome. And the biggest pro of these is the simulator. The simulator works so well, and it doesn't glitch like ThinkorSwim's simulator does. The biggest con of Tradestation is if you are doing equities and options and futures, there's different accounts for them. So you have the equities account, which has stocks and options, and then you have the futures account, and they have to be separately funded. So that can be kind of annoying. The good thing is that they are both marginable 4-to-1. So that's a plus side for the margin. Next, we have TD Ameritrade. Their fees are not too bad either. So we've got the stocks are free and options, 65 cents per contract. I've actually worked mine down to 45 cents just by calling them and complaining enough, especially when ThinkorSwim lags. Give them a call and try and get your fees down. On futures, it's $2.25 per contract. That is a ridiculously high price. I tried to get that down as well, but they wouldn't budge for me on that. I didn't trade futures enough at the time when I called them. So for that reason, I do not trade futures on ThinkorSwim. It's just too expensive. For example, on their platform, if I was to actually make a trade here, say on the ES, look how expensive this can be. If I hit a buy order right here, here's my confirmation, $2.10 plus $1.25. We're at $3.35 just to get in, and then $3.35 to get out. So that is pretty expensive when it comes to fees, especially compared to Tradestation and TastyWorks. The nice thing about TD Ameritrade though is that you only have one account, so you don't have to worry about funding 2 separate accounts for equities and options and futures. So that's all in one. So that's the first pro of TD Ameritrade. Another pro is their platform. I love their platform, but of course it's been laggy lately. I don't know what's been up with it. Might have something to do with the merge, but it's all around one of my favorite platforms, especially with this Analyze tab. On the Analyze tab, you're able to look at the options, strategies, and analyze them really well. You can also do this in the other 2 brokerages. I'm just not as comfortable in doing it yet on Tradestation, but you can do it in TastyWorks, and we'll go over that. The biggest con is the lagginess of ThinkorSwim. Every now and then when there's a lot of volatility in the markets, ThinkorSwim just can't handle it. And their fees for futures suck. So that is why I don't use ThinkorSwim for futures. Next, we have TastyWorks. They have some awesome accounts. So they have what's called the Works. This is their margin account, and it has margin on everything from stocks to futures to options on futures. Their pricing is awesome. So theirs is a little different from the others. You get $1 per contract for options and $10 max per leg. This can be a huge savings if you're doing a lot of contracts. A little while back, I used to always be day trading SPY, and buying about 100 contracts at a time, and paying 65 cents on TD Ameritrade really adds up. You get $65 to get in, $65 to get out. And then I started using TastyWorks, where I would be buying 100 and my max would be $10. So when I was buying 100, it was only $10, and then it's free to get out. So $10 total in the entire trade versus the $130 in TD Ameritrade. So they have the best fees when it comes to the options. They've also got good pricing on the options micro futures, and their futures contracts are $1.25, so that's almost half of what TD Ameritrade is. Their micro futures are 85 cents, so you get a little bit of discount doing the smaller futures. Their platform is also very much geared toward options strategies. So here's their platform, and in the curve, you can create strategies like this, long call vertical, and hit go, and it'll map it out for you. And you can hit the analyze tab to completely analyze how this trade would play out, and it'll tell you your max profit, max loss down here. And they have some other cool features that are their own type of thing, like the IV rank. IV rank is their own thing, telling you how volatile the stock is compared to how it usually is. So that's pretty cool. So the pros of TastyWorks. First, their fees. So this is awesome, options fees. Second, they have decent futures fees as well. And I like the trade tab right here under active. If you want to buy any of these, I can just click right here and create an order like this. So this is on the desktop version. You can get in and out pretty quick using this. Next is their margin is on futures, just like the other two brokers, but it has a 2-to-1 ratio, whereas the other ones have 4-to-1. So that's a little different when it comes to margin. For that reason, I don't day trade stocks on TastyWorks because I only get the 2-to-1 margin. Whereas Tradestation and ThinkorSwim, I get the 4-to-1. Their platform, another pro is their platform makes it very easy to understand option spreads. Great for beginners when you're doing option spreads. Another awesome thing is it's one account. So you have the stocks and equities and futures all in one. No two separate accounts like Tradestation. So on these three brokers, I use them all actively. I day trade in Tradestation due to the 4-to-1 margin and the quickness of the platform. I use ThinkorSwim for long-term trades or my option spreads, just because their platform isn't quite as reliable as I'd like it to be, but I do use it very actively for charting. And then I use TastyWorks for option spreads and futures trading. And that's because I like this active trader tab, and their margin on futures is pretty good. And I can get in and out pretty fast, and the TastyWorks platform is really reliable. I might also be funding my Tradestation futures account a little bit more money so that I can start actively doing futures on Tradestation. Right now I just have it slightly funded so that I can actually view the charts, because you can't view the charts without it being funded. So that's it for these three brokers. Let me know if you have any questions about these brokers. Comment below on any questions about maybe the Analyze tab on TastyWorks or ThinkorSwim, or any other questions you have. And of course, sign up for TraderCreatorPro, which is our trading journal and calculator that will be released within the next 30 days. And it's only free for the first 100 people that sign up. So sign up now, and of course, like and subscribe. Thanks.